Good morning, Kilbourne. This week on your WKHS News, we talk about how college admissions can be affected due to taking a gap year, and we talk about how Tik Tok is changing people's music tastes. Your WKHS News for November 6th begins now.
Good morning, Kilbourne. This is your WKHS News for Friday, November 6, 2020. I'm Kendall Timms.
And I'm Amaya Harris.
After graduation last year, many 2020 graduates chose to take a gap year instead of going to college due to COVID-19 because many colleges weren't functioning normally.
With that being said, this may affect the class of 2021 when applying to college. Julie and Griffin go into more detail.
Seniors this year may have a harder time getting into college than previous years as a result of the increase in students taking a gap year this year. We talked to Miss Abbott, a college admissions counselor, a student who's currently taking a gap year, and our seniors who plan to go to college next fall. How will freshmen in college taking a gap year affect the incoming class of 2021?
So I would say it depends on each school, right? And their enrollment and their goals for how past, class of 2020 high school class of 2020 students taking a gap year is going to affect class of 2021. I would say for most schools, they're still going to be approaching this year as they normally would for admission, for the most part across the board. There might be more selective schools that are a little bit more selective than they have been in the past, depending on how many students deferred for a year or took a gap year. But I think overall, most schools will be approaching admission the same way, knowing that it's going to be harder for students to predict how students are going to enroll this coming year.
Okay, and with that being said, would you say, do you know how many students may be taking gap years, each year, an average?
I don't know for nationally. I know for the school that I work for, Ohio Wesleyan, we have about 10 to 20 students every year taking a gap year, either for a semester or for the full year. This past year, it doubled because of COVID. I think a lot of students decided if I can't be on campus or it's going to be a hybrid model, I'd rather wait a year and then come back. So a lot of athletes make that decision too, knowing that they weren't going to be able to play in the fall. So they still keep that year of eligibility to play. So this year was definitely an increase in the averages across the nation in terms of students taking a gap year.
Yeah, and that was my next question, if you've seen an increase because of COVID-19.
So we definitely saw an increase of students taking a gap year this past year. And I think it was because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And students, for whatever reason, deciding I can't, it's too crazy right now, let me take a year and go do something else and then come back.
Where do you go to college?
Right now, I'm currently doing an online pastry school type of thing.
Okay. And why did you choose to take a gap year?
Just so I could do this online school, and so I could have a job so I can save up money. That way I don't have to pay a lot for college because college is expensive.
And did COVID-19 affect your choice in taking a gap year?
Yeah, it kind of did because the schools I applied to, when the whole COVID thing started, saying that we had the option to go on campus, but we had to be quarantined. So I was like, you know what, I'm taking a gap year, and then I'll reapply and see if I can still get my spot back.
are you taking a gap year this year?
I'm not taking a gap year this year.
Do you think other people taking a gap year will affect you?
I think it'll affect you a little bit. It'll help. It might help you, especially with everything that's going on. But in the long run, I don't think it'll help.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
This has been Julie Berry and Griffin Thornton with your WKHS News.
The world-renowned app TikTok is constantly releasing new trends featuring new music. Owen and Shannon talk to students about how this has influenced their taste.
TikTok has recently become an easy outlet for musicians to promote their music. Artists like Lil Nas X and Doja Cat have seen incredible success on the popular app. A video of this man went viral, putting Fleetwood Mac back on the music charts, showing the power that TikTok holds over the music industry. We talked to students about how TikTok is making songs famous.
It's from TikTok, and I saw it on just a video of a guy on a skateboard drinking cranberry juice.
Some students talked about how TikTok is a good way for musicians to promote their music.
I don't know if it's necessarily good music, but it's music I haven't heard before, so in a way, yeah. If you're trying to get a song out there, it can be helpful.
I think TikTok is a really great way for musicians and artists to get their content out there because it's a huge platform, and that's how you get big and famous is you gotta spread it somehow. So, and TikTok is just, especially in like 2020 with quarantine and stuff, it's just been a really great way to do that.
News outlets claim that TikTok is introducing music to teens, but many students at Kilbourne disagree.
TikTok has not influenced my music taste.
I think TikTok ruined songs because they were good before it started being put on that, and it's overused.
TikTok can change my taste in music because I think that TikTok's music is better and I like what I like more.
No, the artists I listen to are not on TikTok.
The artists that I listen to were already popular before TikTok, and the music that I listen to isn't really on TikTok.
This has been Owen Chilcote and Shannon LaCure with your WKHS News.
This has been your WKHS News. Tonight, boys ice hockey has their first varsity game at the Chiller Iceworks at 8, so be sure to support them if you can.
Tomorrow, boys and girls cross country continue their race at the National Trail Raceway. We wish them good luck. Thanks for watching. Have a fun and safe week in Kilbourne, and stay healthy. Ready?
Your WKHS. Blech.
I'm feeling it.
I'm going. I got it. I feel it. I feel it. Shh, shh, shh.